Let's get ready to story!
Okay, so we're gonna have another reader, and it's from this bowl. How many things can I carry? 3.
I know.
I realized this last time we did this, that the suspense for the last person is really taken away after I call the second to last person. But we're gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna read 3 words from the bio of this next person. I see. Okay. I like what you've done here. That's a Wayne's World reference, by the way, if you've ever wanted to know why. I will say that if we ever have conversations, I'm looking at something, I'll say, I like what you've done here. It's a Wayne's World reference. I wasn't finding my light. There's a sconce in my shoulder. 3 words. Okay. R's. That's R''S. Children. Dance on. It's dance hyphen on. Dance on. Barbara Kelly O'Brien. A fine Irish lady.
I didn't think you were that short. Is that good?
Oh, okay, that's good. Good evening.
You're not that short.
Yes, that works fine, thank you. I hate to follow your story. Here I go. My story is about a youthful indiscretion. Can you hear me now? Good. Maybe I should turn towards you. I also learned from my youthful indiscretion to always be discreet, to respect people who are discreet, and also never leave any witnesses. This happened a long time ago. I was in the 2nd grade at St. Paul's School here in Scranton. My sister Nancy was in the 1st grade. We had, it was late October, it was a Wednesday, I remember that, and for some reason we had school off. It couldn't have been a teacher's meeting because all the nuns lived together and they could have talked to each other over breakfast. So Nancy and I, I'm sure we got up, and I'm sure we watched Hatchie Latchie that morning because we had off. And we went outside, and we were standing outside when 2 of Nancy's classmates came by, Jeff and Johnny. So they talked to us, and they were only in 1st grade, so by 1st grade, you don't know you're not supposed to talk to girls because everybody knows that by 3rd grade, girls have cooties. And so we were talking, and we talked about school and the weather and being off of school and Zumo's candy store, and naturally it turned to kissing. So since they were, all 3 of them were 1st graders and I was the cougarette, I decided, why don't we go back behind the house and try it? So we went to the side of the house, and we were going to take turns kissing them. And Jeff was really, really cute. For 1st grade, he was just a little doll. But Johnny, not so much. So we decided we only wanted to take turns kissing Jeff. And we let Johnny be the lookout. So we kissed Jeff on and off, and it really wasn't what we thought it was going to be. So we cut it short, and we went in the house, and they left. And it was about a week later. It had turned cold. By this time it was November. And it was the end of school, and we were getting all ready to leave for the day and put our coats on and getting our books. Well, this little 1st grader came walking in, and she went up to the nun, Sister Mary, I can't remember what her name was, and she talked to her, and then she straightened up the nun and looked around and found me and said, Miss Kelly, the 1st grade nun wants to see you. Well, no one in my class had ever been asked to go to another class before. What a wonderful thing that was happening. Not only that, but I had on my new brown tweed Chesterfield coat with a leather collar, and everybody was looking at it as I walked out. And I followed the first grader over to her room, expecting the same scene, everybody putting their coats on, everybody getting ready, except I walked in, and it was complete silence. And all the children were sitting at their desks with that sipid handfold that they had on their desks. Everybody except Jeff, my sister Nancy, and Johnny. I know. I thought, oh no. And I did not hear the nun screaming at me then. I just stood there in my brand new coat. And I blacked out because I didn't hear what she said. And we went home, and Nancy and I never talked about it again. We never told our parents because, of course, you'd get it worse when you got home. So it was about a week later. Oh no, it was not. It was the next day. We went to school. And my nun said, Miss Kelly, please stay after school. Well, I knew it was going to happen. I knew what she was going to ask me, but at least she let everybody go. And they all went home. And she sat down before her desk, in front of her desk, and I was standing in front of her. And she said, now I want you to tell me the story about what happened yesterday. Well, I didn't want to tell her the truth, so I lied. I lied right through my teeth. And thankfully I'd seen The Perils of Pauline the day before. It was on the Bowling for Dollars movie. And so I just repeated just about everything there. Oh, they held my hands back and pushed me against the wall, and I left out everything but being tied to the railroad tracks. And she said, okay, you go home, and that's it, the day was done. So I never said another word about it, but thinking back on it, why were these young women interested at all in these little teeny, stacked on top of each other? We didn't make a real adult. It was off the school property, and it was our day off. So we could have done whatever we wanted to do. But the lesson learned is discretion. And also, too, another lesson learned was, hell hath no fury like a lookout scorned.